Hello everyone and welcome into Coach Craig Sports. This is the NBA DFS Core Pick video for Tuesday, February 4th. If you're joining me for the very first time, first of all, welcome in. Second of all, this is how today's video will be structured. We'll be going over my core picks for both DraftKings and FanDuel. In the morning, I will be listing my injury report. It will have the injuries for 10 teams. There's 4 teams on the back-to-back, so those injury reports will be coming out later on in the day. I'll be listing injury updates throughout the day, as well as my updated core about 20 to 30 minutes prior to lock, or as those changes do become available. And then throughout the evening, I will be listing as many of the starting lineups down in that comment section as well. So definitely be on the lookout for all those updates, especially as we do get closer to lock. But without further ado, we're going to start off with the DraftKings side. We're going to start off at the point guard position. I have Keon Johnson here of the Brooklyn Nets at $5,000. And we're looking for 25 points out of him to pay off at 5 times value. Playing really well as of late, so he's been up over 30 points, I believe, 4 out of his last 5 games. Houston Rockets, a little bit banged up team on the back-to-back. We'll see what this matchup looks like for them overall. Could be an interesting game if the Rockets are missing, like Fred VanVleet, Alfred Sengun once again makes this game a little bit more competitive. But Keon Johnson going out there playing big minutes, playing pretty well as of late. Currently, I'm projected for about 28 fantasy points in this one, so it looks like a pretty good value overall. Then at shooting guard, we're going right back to Kelly Oubre Jr. It seems like we've been talking about him a lot as of late. $6,700, looking for 33-34 out of him, averaging just over 29 so far on this season. But as of late, with no Paul George, with no Joel Embiid, without a lot of these players, he's been second on the team in usage, obviously, playing big minutes alongside Tyrese Maxey, playing really well in those games. Currently, I'm projected for about 35-36 in this game. There is a chance that Joel Embiid could be back, which could affect his usage overall. If Embiid ultimately does end up playing, maybe we swap off the Kelly Oubre Jr. to somebody else, but he still looks like a really strong play altogether. Then we move down to small forward with Kawhi Leonard once again. $7,000, looking for 35 out of him to pay off at 5 times value. Been up over that 2 out of the last 3 games. He's been playing bigger minutes as of late. Interesting matchup versus the Los Angeles Lakers. I think this is a game that's probably going to be pretty back and forth just in general. And I do think he has some serious upside in this matchup. Currently, I'm projected for about 36-37. Definitely has a little bit of upside for more. Maybe we get 30 minutes out of him. Haven't seen it yet this season, but he has been itching closer and closer to that every game, it seems. Then we move down to power forward with Justin Edwards of the Philadelphia 76ers. $4,200. Look for 21 out of him. Currently have been projected for about 25-26 in this matchup. Goes against the Dallas Mavericks. Should be out there. Should be in that starting lineup again. Playing decent-sized minutes. He's been doing all right in that starting role as of late. Just kind of a solid, safe filler option at this point in time. Maybe a better value play opens up as the day moves along. But at least early on at the power forward position, he's a guy that I am getting to overall. And then last but not least, we move down to the center position with DeAndre Ayton of the Portland Trailblazers. I will mention for this game and at that center position, Miles Turner did miss on Monday. If he misses once again on Tuesday, this pick will be Thomas Bryant. But until we know that news, can't really put that there at this point in time. But either way, DeAndre Ayton looks like a pretty interesting play in that game. But at $6,500, looking for 33 fantasy points out of DeAndre Ayton, averaging 33 so far on the season. Pace up spot versus the Pacers. He's played really well as of late since coming back from a little bit of injuries. He's been banged off and on throughout the season. Robert Williams behind him, a little bit banged up. He may or may not play in this game at the same time as well. So definitely do like DeAndre Ayton and his upside in this matchup. Currently, I'm projected for about 36-37 on the DraftKings side tonight. But with that being said, if you go with the 5 players that I do currently have listed here, you have $20,600 remaining, just under $6,900 remaining per player. So looking a little bit more like a bounce boat type of day. We'll see what other value ultimately does end up opening up throughout the day. And if some of these Rockets guys end up missing once again, could ultimately be in some good value there overall. So definitely be on the lookout for that, especially as we do get closer to lock with that updated core. But with that being said, we'll get moved over to FanDuel and talk about my core picks over there as well. So on the FanDuel side, we're going to start off at the point guard position with Anthony Simons. Pace up spot versus the Indiana Pacers, $6,400. Looking for 32 fantasy points at him. Currently, I'm projected for 33-34 in this matchup. Playing pretty good for the most part as of late. In the games where he hasn't started alongside Scoot Henderson, it's been a little bit better for him in terms of usage, in terms of scoring and everything else like that. Definitely do like his upside in this matchup once again. Maybe there's ultimately another value play that opens up throughout the day, but at least early on, he looks like a pretty solid play overall at point guard, and you can definitely play him at that shooting guard spot as well if that's something you want to do. Then we move down to shooting guard with Keon Johnson, $5,600. Talked about him on the DraftKings side as well. A little bit more expensive on FanDuel, so $5,600. We're looking for 28 at him. Exactly what I do have him projected for. Interesting matchup versus the Rockets. They may be without, Fred VanVleet, Alfred Sengun once again. If that's the case, the game's probably a little bit more competitive than it would be otherwise. Keon Johnson going out there playing big minutes, playing pretty well as of late, so definitely do like him, the upside in this matchup. And at this point in time, looks like a solid, steady, safe option at $5,600. Maybe there is a value option that opens up throughout the day that looks a little bit better, but at least early on looks like a solid, safe play once again. Then we move down to his teammate at small forward with Zaire Williams. So he's played decent-sized minutes as of late, played decently well in those games, $5,000. We're only looking for 25 out of him to pay off at 5 times value. Currently, I'm projected for about 27, 28. A little bit of upside for more if he's going out there. If this game remains competitive, he does have some upside at the end of the day there as well. Guy that can contribute a little bit defensively as well, which helps out a little bit on the FanDuel side where you get the extra point for steals and blocks. So definitely do like him in this matchup overall. We'll see if any other value does open up throughout the day. Potentially Jayshawn Tate if he does ultimately end up getting the start once again for the Houston Rockets, who is, I believe, only $3,600 on the FanDuel slate. And then we move down to power forward with Justin Edwards. We had him on DraftKings as well. $4,700, looking for 23, 24 out of him. Currently, I'm projected for about 26 in this matchup versus Dallas Mavericks. He's been starting as of late, playing decent-sized minutes, playing relatively well. Just kind of a cheap, solid, steady, safe option at this point in time. Once again, maybe a value option that does open up throughout the day that makes him look a little bit less appealing, but at least early on, looks like a pretty solid play in terms of a paydown option at this power forward position. And then last but not least, we move down to the center position with DeAndre Ayton, $7,200. Once again, like I mentioned on DraftKings, Miles Turner missed on Monday. If he's out once again, Thomas Bryant will be the pick for the core picks just in general at the center position. But either way, DeAndre Ayton looks like a very appealing option going against either Miles Turner or Thomas Bryant in this matchup. Pace-up spot just in general, playing really well since coming back from his most recent injury. Looking for 36 out of him at $7,200. Only averaging about 32.5 so far on the season, but that upside definitely is there. Currently, I'm projected for 37 in this matchup. Definitely could have some strong upside for even more at the end of the day as well. But with that being said, if you go with the 5 players that I do currently have listed, you have $31,100 remaining, just under $7,800 remaining per player. So a good amount of money remaining. You could definitely pay up for a star player or two, pay down at some other spots. Or if you want to go with a little bit more balanced approach, that's definitely something that's fine on this 7-game main slate overall. Once again, there's 4 teams on back-to-back, so we'll see what other value does potentially open up throughout the day and potentially change our core picks overall. But with that being said, this is what I do have in terms of my core picks for both DraftKings and FanDuel for Tuesday, February 4th. As always, if you have any questions related to NBA DFS, be sure to drop them down in the comment section, and I'll get back to you as quickly as possible. Then once again, in the morning, I will be listing my morning injury report. That will be an injury report for the 10 teams that are not on back-to-backs, but the 4 remaining teams that are on back-to-backs will begin their injury reports later on throughout the day, so we'll be posting them down in the comment section as well as all the other injury updates. And then I will also be posting my updated core about 20 to 30 minutes prior to lock, or as those changes do become available. That will be left as a pinned comment, and if there's any other changes after that point in time, we'll leave them as a reply to that pinned comment as well. And then last but not least, I will be posting as many of the starting lineups as I can get to down in the comment section as well. So definitely be sure to check up down in that comment section, especially as we do get closer to lock, so that you do have that most up-to-date information as possible. But with that being said, if you are brand new to my channel, checking out for the very first time, or have yet to subscribe, please consider doing so. Definitely would appreciate it. Helps to build the community that we're trying to build here at Coach Craig Sports, which is one that's truly for you, the viewers, helping you with your DFS. Right now, we have NBA DFS in terms of the core pick videos Tuesday through Friday. And then last but not least, if you're interested in sports betting, if you're interested in prop betting whatsoever, be sure to check out the links and promo codes down in the description below for BetUS, Parlay Play, and Prize Picks. If you're a brand new user on any one of those 3 sites, when you sign up, make your initial deposit, you will get a first match deposit bonus. For Prize Picks and Parlay Play, it's 100% match up to $100. And then for BetUS, it's 125% match up to $2,000. So some pretty great opportunities to be had out there. If you have any other additional questions related to that whatsoever, feel free to reach out to me, whether it's down in the comment section of this video or on Twitter at Coach Craig Sport, and be more than happy to help you with that journey as well. But with that being said, that's all that I truly have for today's video. Definitely do appreciate each and every one of you tuning in. Definitely means a lot to me. I hope that each and every one of you have a great rest of your day and some pretty good luck in NBA DFS for Tuesday, February 4th.